For so many generations, Sussex County promised open roads, open land, and a slower, steadier way of life that appealed to farmers and growing families. But lately, that sentiment feels different. Longtime residents are left wondering when the pace changed and who decided that it should. Familiar fields are disappearing behind new construction, traffic lights seem a bit longer, and the shift in daily life seems to be a nonstop sensation. Well, a new special digs a deep dive on the entire ever-changing situation. It's called The Price of Paradise, Growth on the Coast, and behind it all is the Assistant News Director of Coast TV News. This is Madeleine Overturf. So good to see you.
You too, Lisa.
In historic Studio
Always
Day.
love being back in Salisbury.
Yeah. So how did this whole project get started?
So, as anyone watching this news broadcast would know, growth is a big topic in Sussex, Delmarva in general, but Sussex County. And really about a year or so ago, we really started to think about, okay, how can we explain why we are where we are? We all know the roads are bad. We all know that there's a lot of growth. We all know it takes a long time to get a doctor, but like, why? What's the impetus? What is the structure of the system that allowed that to happen? So with the support and encouragement of our upper level management, they said really take some resources and look into it, and that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, and I was telling you before the camera started that when I started in news 25, 26 years ago, I felt like every other day I was doing a story on somebody wanting to build something and the people saying not in my backyard. And what happened?
And now, I mean, we still do those stories, right? I mean, when I was a reporter at WBOC 10 years ago, same thing. And now our new reporters for our whole company, same thing. So what happened is, well, it's an hour-long special, so the quick answer is it's a lot to get into.
Yes,
but in general, I mean, we've had the same structure in Sussex County of land use law for about 50 years. And a lot of things have changed in 50 years, like the speed of building a house, right? I'm sure 50 years ago it took a lot longer to build a house. Now I drive by developments, I think they're built in almost a matter of weeks. So there's a lot of things that were left in place that I think didn't keep up with the timelines of the world we're living in now. But that's not the only part of it, too.
Okay, so tell us about the name, The Price of Paradise, Growth on the Coast.
I really want to emphasize this, so thank you for asking that, is that the price of paradise, because we really love where we live. But this is a wonderful problem to have. We want to make that very clear. Like, if you're not growing, you're dying. So we love Delmarva. Obviously we do. You and I both lived here for many, many years. So we love it, and the price of paradise is that a lot of people want to live here. So that comes at a cost. So the emphasis is we live in a great spot, but because it's so popular, so many people are going to be coming here, and how do we make sure we can encourage that growth in a way that still keeps that feeling that we all fell in love with when we moved here however many years ago?
Yeah, and you mentioned it a little bit before about how fast houses are coming, are being built nowadays. Do you address the bloom in these developments?
Yep, we do. We explain specifically why you're seeing the types of infrastructure, the types of development you're seeing. We explain why you're seeing a lot of single family homes, and we do also get into the infrastructure and the roads, which is a big part of this as well.
And what about agriculture? Because I mean, you could drive down Route 9, it was all farm fields.
Yeah, and now it's not. And that's, I think, one of my favorite parts of the special. Matt Pensick did a piece on that and spoke with Legacy Family Farms about their struggles and what they're going through. And also, I spoke with farmers who say, it's a very personal decision when you decide to sell a farm, and there's a variety of reasons. And so by no means are farmers really to blame for this. It's a complicated world that we live in, but we do explain why it's so challenging for so many to stay in agriculture. And you don't hear it from me, you'll hear it from 3 different farmers in the special.
Sure. So you've put a lot of time into this, almost a year, you were saying.
Almost a year, yeah. And I have to say, not just me, I'm anchoring it and kind of behind it, but our Director of News Photography, Ted Corriero, this is really his project, and all of our Coast TV team members you'll see play a role in each of the segments.
So is there anything that you think people will find surprising? Anything that you dug up? Or
I think most people don't realize that if a development gets denied, something will probably still get built on there. I think people think that when it gets shot down that it's done, that the project's done. But the way our system is built is that basically in most properties, you can build immediately without really any necessary extra steps a house right away. And it's per code, two homes per acre. Now, it's a little bit less than that when you factor in setbacks and rules, so it's about 1.6 is what developers told me. But right now, if I owned 30 acres and I wanted to build a library or a store, and that got denied, I could build, by right, 60 homes like that, pretty much. And I think people don't realize that. I also don't know if people realize, especially we have a lot of new people who just moved here. If you're watching, welcome to Delmarva, that the roads and the developments are handled by different organizations. The state does the roads, the county does the development. So if you have two different entities managing two things that are so intertwined, there's naturally going to be some conflict there.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot you're going to learn by watching this special. And how can we see it? What time?
It'll be on Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Coast TV. Of course, we will have it on our streaming properties as well after that. It'll be on our website, on our app. Wednesday, February 4th, 7 p.m., The Price of Paradise.
I'm looking forward to it, and you should make time to see it as well. Madeleine Overturf with Coast TV News. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you, Lisa.